In this video, we'll be taking a look at the NBA All-Star Game Team Giannis versus Team LeBron happening on February 19, 2023, and providing you with a team pick and total pick for this game, plus our team's draft predictions. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on this NBA All-Star Game between Team Giannis and Team LeBron after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best bet single picks, best bet parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Team Giannis versus Team LeBron. The NBA, after years of putting out home all-star games defined by lackadaisical defense and repetitive possessions that end up with either a deep open triple or a thunderous jam, stumbled upon one of its greatest ideas in its history, stripping the highest level of basketball down to its roots by separating the all-star teams via draft was simply a stroke of genius to rekindle interest in the festivities. In the history of the NBA All-Star Draft, however, not a single adversary has drafted a team good enough to beat that of LeBron James, an all-star captain since the inception of the NBA All-Star Draft in 2018. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Stephen Curry, and Kevin Durant have tried, and yet they have all come up short. But the Greek Freak has a chance to make things right in his third go-round against the King. The question now is, will he be able to finally assemble a squad to dethrone LEGM? The All-Star Draft will be held live right before the game begins. Giannis Antetokounmpo will be selecting first from the reserves instead of LeBron James picking first from the starters in an attempt from the league to protect the players' prides. This should make the first selection in this All-Star mock draft a fairly obvious one. James is suiting up for his 19th consecutive All-Star game in Salt Lake City. James is having a strong campaign thus far, continuing to be an impactful player in multiple aspects on the floor. The four-time All-Star is averaging 30 points, 8.4 rebounds, and 7 assists per game. James has at least 20 points in 13 All-Star games throughout his career. James, who surpassed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the NBA's all-time scoring list on February 8th, is a perfect 5-0 when serving as a captain in NBA All-Star games. Aside from setting a new league record with his 19th All-Star appearance this year, James already holds the records for career points and field goals in the All-Star game. Team Giannis will get a huge boost if its captain is cleared to play on Sunday. Antetokounmpo is arguably the most physically dominant and explosive player in the NBA today, and averages 32 points, 12.2 rebounds, and 5.5 assists per game. Caesars Sportsbook currently lists Antetokounmpo at 6-1 to win the 2022-2023 NBA MVP award, trailing only Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic. Antetokounmpo's wrist injury occurred on Thursday night in the Bucks' final game before the break. X-rays came back negative, so there is still a very real chance the 28-year-old will be available for action on Sunday. We'll tell you our roster predictions first and then move on to our team picks and total picks. So let's talk reserves first, then we'll tell you our starters' predictions. We predict Team Giannis reserves to be Jrue Holiday, Pascal Siakam, Bam Adebayo, Jaylen Brown, Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton, and Jaren Jackson Jr. On the other hand, we predict Team LeBron's reserves to be Damian Lillard, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Paul George, De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, DeMar DeRozan, and Julius Randle. Let's talk starters now. We predict Team Giannis starters to be Joel Embiid, Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, and Ja Morant. On the other spectrum, we predict Team LeBron starters to be Luka Doncic, Nikola Jokic, Kyrie Irving, and Lauri Markkanen. Unlike previous years, this time around the NBA All-Star Game draft will be held just moments before tip-off, making it difficult for any bettor to make predictions on the outcome. But that hasn't stopped the oddsmakers from pricing up the game even days before tip-off. Team Giannis are around 3-point underdogs, which might be partially due to the fact that their captain suffered a wrist injury in Milwaukee's win in Chicago on Thursday. The extent of the injury isn't known at this time, but Giannis didn't return to the game after it happened and X-rays were negative. If he isn't able to go, that will be a major blow for his team, as he averages 29 points per game. taking this team far more seriously than most players competing in it. This will be LeBron's 18th All-Star appearance and his 7th as captain of his team. So far, the King has gone 6-0 straight up, showing off his GM capabilities to the fullest. Giannis will start us off by picking the reserves, and he is expected to take his teammate Jrue Holiday first, which opens up to the door for LeBron to take Damian Lillard. That pick alone could determine the outcome of this game. I'm expecting a huge night from Dame as he's been on fire. Having the first pick among the starters is a big advantage. I expect Luka Doncic to be taken by James. Giannis will then have the dilemma between Embiid and Jokic. Whoever gets left behind of those two goes to Team LeBron. According to most mock drafts, Team LeBron will have the better players, and with Team Giannis having an injured captain, plus picking second among the starters, I'm giving the advantage to LeBron's team. But again, I would advise waiting to see how both teams look before finalizing any bets. So Team LeBron to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Each of the last 3 NBA All-Star games have seen an increase in scoring. In 2020, we saw 312 points, followed by 320 in 2021, and last year a whopping 323 points. So it's no wonder that this year's projected total is as high as 325 points with some books. That number was surpassed only 3 times in the last decade of All-Star games. But with this being the first ASG in Salt Lake City since 1993, I think the teams will make sure to put on a memorable performance for the fans at Vivint Arena. Some might argue that with the absences of Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, and Zion Williamson, there will be a slight decrease in point production, but I would disagree. Players like Donovan Mitchell, who will be starting for the first time in their career in an ASG, or Shai Gilgeous-Alexander making his first appearance, will want to make some noise. Some of the scoring records in the NBA this season have been at an all-time high, and I think that will translate to Sunday's game. After all, this is an exhibition match, so don't expect to see much defense played. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.